There's a plant on this earth that has survived every hurricane, every typhoon, every disaster nature has ever thrown at it. Not because it's the strongest, but because it refuses to be rigid. Now, think about your life for a moment. Not the version you show the world. The real one. The one at 3 in the morning when your mind won't stop replaying that conversation. When the pressure at work feels like a wall closing in. When you tell yourself, I just need to be stronger. I just need to hold on harder. I just need to not break. And so you clench your jaw, you stiffen your spine, you build walls inside yourself, thick, heavy walls, because somewhere, someone told you that this is what strength looks like. But here's what nobody told you. The things that refuse to bend are always the first to break. And there's an ancient plant, one of the oldest living organisms on this planet, that has known this truth for over 30 million years. Bamboo. It's not technically a tree. It's a grass. The tallest grass on Earth. Some species grow over 90 feet high, rising taller than a 7-story building. And yet, it has no solid wood core. No seed bark. No massive trunk anchoring it against the world. It's hollow. And that single fact, is what makes it one of the most resilient living structures nature has ever created. In 2005, when Hurricane Katrina devastated the Gulf Coast of the United States, ripping apart concrete buildings and uprooting century-old oaks like matchsticks, researchers went back afterward to study what survived. And in several areas, the bamboo groves were still there. Bent, battered, but intact. Every single stalk. The oaks, those mighty, ancient, thick-trunked symbols of strength. Many of them fell. But the bamboo bent, and it came back. Now, why does that matter to you? Why should a plant's survival strategy mean anything to someone dealing with anxiety, or heartbreak, or burnout, or the crushing weight of just trying to keep going? Because bamboo doesn't just teach us about botany. It teaches us about the mind. In psychology, there's a concept called cognitive flexibility. It's the ability of your mind to adapt, to shift between different ideas, to adjust when reality doesn't match your expectations, to let go of one plan and find another without falling apart. And research, decades of it, has shown that cognitive flexibility is one of the single greatest predictors of mental health, emotional resilience, and long-term life satisfaction. Dr. Dennis Turch, a clinical psychologist who has spent years studying resilience, once put it this way: it's not the people who resist suffering who survive it. It's the people who learn to move with it. Move with it, not against it, not through it with brute force. With it. This is exactly what bamboo does. When a powerful wind hits a bamboo forest, the bamboo doesn't fight. It doesn't lock its joints and say, I will not move. It leans. It curves. It lets the force pass through it rather than into it. And then, when the force is gone, it returns to center. It doesn't hold onto the wind. It doesn't replay the storm. It just comes back. When was the last time you did that? When was the last time something hit you? Criticism, failure, rejection, loss? And instead of clenching, instead of replaying it 1,000 times, instead of building a harder shell around yourself, you just bent, let it move through you, and came back. Most of us were never taught that this is an option. But here's where the story of bamboo gets even more extraordinary and even more relevant to your life. Before a bamboo plant ever shows itself above the ground, before a single green shoot breaks through the soil, it spends years building its root system. Some species of bamboo, like the famous mozo bamboo, spend the first 5 years of their life doing absolutely nothing visible. 5 years. No growth above the surface. Nothing. To anyone watching, it looks like a failure. It looks like nothing is happening. But beneath that surface, beneath the silence and the apparent stillness, something extraordinary is happening. The bamboo is building a root network so vast, so deep, so interconnected that when it finally does emerge, it grows up to 3 feet in a single day. 3 feet. In one day. That's one of the fastest growth rates of any plant on the planet. And I need you to hear this. Really hear it. Because I think some of you are in your bamboo years right now. You're doing the work. The inner work. The invisible work. The therapy, the healing, the learning, the failing, the getting back up when nobody sees you get back up. And it feels like nothing is happening. It feels like everyone around you is growing, rising, succeeding, and you're just stuck in the dirt. But you're not stuck. You are rooting. Psychologists call this post-traumatic growth, the phenomenon where people who endure deep suffering don't just recover to their baseline, they actually grow beyond where they were before. They develop deeper empathy, stronger relationships, a clearer sense of purpose, a more profound appreciation for life. But, and this is critical, post-traumatic growth doesn't happen instead of pain. It happens through it. It requires the bending. It requires the time underground. It requires the willingness to feel like nothing is happening while everything is being built. There's a Japanese concept called Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing. Simply being present in a forest. Not hiking, not exercising, just being. And studies from Chiba University in Japan found that spending just 20 minutes in a forest, among trees, among bamboo, significantly reduces cortisol levels, lowers blood pressure, and increases natural killer cell activity, which boosts your immune system. Your body knows what your mind has forgotten. That nature is not separate from you. That the resilience you admire in bamboo is not something you need to learn. It's something you need to remember, because it's already inside you. Now look at something remarkable about bamboo, the node. It's the joint, the ring you see on every bamboo stalk. And structurally, it's the strongest part of the entire plant. It's where the bamboo is most reinforced, most fortified. Do you know when these nodes form? They form at the points of greatest stress. The places where the bamboo has been forced to bend the most. Those are the places where it becomes the strongest. Read that again with your own life. The moments that bent you the most, the loss, the failure, the betrayal, the season of darkness you thought would end you, those are your nodes. Those are the points where you became strongest. Not despite the bending, because of it. So what does it actually look like to live like bamboo? To bring this ancient wisdom into your modern, overwhelming, screen-filled life? It starts with one radical shift. Stop worshiping rigidity. We live in a culture that glorifies hustle, that tells you to grind harder, sleep less, never show weakness, never change your mind, never admit you were wrong. And we wonder why anxiety disorders have increased by over 300% in the last 3 decades. We wonder why burnout has been classified as an official medical diagnosis by the World Health Organization. We have confused stiffness with strength, and it is destroying us. Bamboo offers a different model, a different definition of power. Bamboo says, be hollow enough to let things pass through you. Not everything that enters your mind needs to stay there. Not every criticism needs to become your identity. Not every failure needs to become your story. Let pass through. You're not a wall. You are a vessel. Bamboo says, root deeply before you rise. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Your invisible season is not wasted. It is foundational. Bamboo says, bend with the storm, then return to yourself. You are allowed to be shaken. You are allowed to sway. You are allowed to feel the full force of life's winds. Resilience is not the absence of movement. It is the return to center after the movement. And bamboo says, perhaps most beautifully, grow together. Because bamboo doesn't grow alone. Beneath the surface, every stalk in a bamboo grove is connected through an underground rhizome system. They share nutrients. They support each other's weight. When one stalk is weakened, the others send it resources through the root network. They are individual above the ground, but they are one beneath it. And maybe, that's the part we've forgotten most of all. That resilience was never meant to be a solo act. That bending doesn't mean bending alone. That the strongest forests on Earth are the ones where every single organism is silently, invisibly, holding each other up. There's an old Vietnamese proverb that says, when the bamboo is tall, it bows. When the bamboo is strong, it bends. I want you to sit with that, because I think wherever you are right now, whatever storm you're standing in, whatever silence you're enduring while you wait for your growth to finally break the surface, I think you already know how to do this. You've already been bending. You've already been surviving things you never thought you could survive. You've already proven 100 times over that you are not brittle. You are not fragile. You are not broken. You are bamboo. You bend, and you come back. And every place you've been bent, every scar, every setback, every dark night has become a node, a point of strength. a place where you're now unbreakable. So the next time life pushes you, and it will because that is what life does, don't clench. Don't harden. Don't build a taller wall. Just bend. And then come back. You always come back. If this felt like something you needed to hear today, if it stirred something quiet inside you, I hope you'll stay. This channel is a place to breathe, a place to think, a place to remember what the natural world has been trying to teach us all along. Subscribe if you'd like to walk through this forest with us again. And share this with someone who might be in their bamboo years right now, still underground, still building, still waiting. Let them know their time is coming. The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that resists.